Alright, it's Balnazzar time. We're doing Scarlet Enclave, and I'm on my 6 pieces Duskwraith Queensfall rogue. We'll go over the gear in more detail in a little bit during his stupid RP thing. Right now, it's time to blast. I'm playing Mutilate today. I'm not sure if it's like the super duper best build you could possibly be playing, but it's definitely a blaster build, and I'm gonna have fun because it's a chill build to play. All the bleeds are up. Blade Flurry's up. Big Envenom. Big Envenom. Big Envenom. Vanishing. Slice Refresh. Feared. No! There goes my DPS! No! It's over! Shadow stepping back. Well, we tried our best. Unfortunately, we got feared and lost 12 seconds of DPS time. Can I hit him in the air? I don't think so. Alright, well, we just look for any ads that are spawning and then slap them. Wonder if that Crimson Tempest hit the boss. It's flying overhead. There's a new one. Pick that. I feel like it was the Blade Flurry. Like the Blade Flurry got me aggro on the ad, so then the ad casting fear was casting it at me. That's what I think happened. Boss is up. Have to go in the light to activate the Venomous Totem. It is a trinket that you cannot activate while silenced. There's second activation of Blade Flurry Slayer's Crest. Come on. Keep going. Damage. It's almost over. It's probably not a good slice and dice because it's almost over. There it is. There's the sleep. We defeated the boss. Looking at the raid frames, barely defeated the boss. Okay, the full gear, 2-piece Death Dealer giving us 20% bonus on Mutilate damage. Kei's Clasp, 6-piece Duskwraith with efficient striking on the shoulder. We got Shroud of Dominion. There's the second piece of Death Dealer. We're using Carnage on the wrist. Another piece of Duskwraith, 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 Duskwraith for 6 pieces of that. Mason's Fraternity Ring, Bone Scythe Ring, Slayers and Venomous, Toxin Injector for that reduced chance to be dodged or parried. Then we got the Queensfall, Queensfall. These are really powerful on Rogue, Queensfall in particular. The Queensfall effect makes it so it automatically refreshes the duration of your Crimson Tempest and Rupture. So you put them up once at the start of the fight, then you never have to cast them again. They just keep getting refreshed if you keep attacking that target because you just do Backstab, Mutilate, and Saber+ or whatever. And the set bonus between the two is damaging finishing moves have a 20% chance per combo point to restore 20 energy. So it just allows you to just keep cranking abilities over and over and over because you just keep getting energy back, combined with a lot of your other like energy restoration effects. Now, we got to equip the low-level crafted dark leather gloves to get bonus lockpicking skill to be able to free the gnome. Failed attempt. Unfortunate. Let's peep the loot. What do we got? Wrist guards. Dawn-wrought shoulders. Scarlet chest plate. And consecrated bracers. None of those are rogue items at all. Oh well. I don't think if this guy drops anything we need, we already have the tier bracer token. If we got another bracer token, it'd actually just be an off-spec item for us. Go back to the Duskwraith gauntlets with Mutilate. Shadow step into combat. Come on, boom. Back in action. Oh yeah, I forgot to do the talents. Talents for this build, for Mutilate. Once you get some of the Scarlet Enclave gear, you change the talents around. Mutilate used to be 30 points assassination down to Seal Fade and Cold Blood. But once you get these really slow weapons or your two-piece Duskwraith that really emphasizes damage dealt by Mutilate, you change the build around a little bit to have more points in lethality and to take 5 points over an opportunity that you didn't do at lower gear levels. You didn't take this talent and opted for deeper assassination stuff. But this is how we are now. I think we might change the build for some of the later bosses, depending on how I feel about Mutilate in the start of the instance. Ooh, run away. This is a very precarious situation. I have this one-time use Strike of the Scorpock buff, and I do not want to die to these whirlwinds or anything here and lose the 25 agility buff. It would make me sad. Whirlwind, run out. I'm pulling the Bowmaster. It's Cardinal, Stilts, and Bowmaster this week for the empowered bosses. So the two empowered bosses, it doesn't matter what order you kill them in or the order relative to the other bosses that you kill the empowered ones. The order matters for the bosses that are not empowered. And among the bosses that are not empowered, the two that you kill first do not participate in the Beatrix encounter. And then the third and fourth ones that you kill do participate in the Beatrix encounter. This system, like, it seems so convoluted. I remember on day one, like, we were figuring it out, and we, like, tried the different bosses. And then when we decided that we didn't like a certain combination of bosses, the only way we could change our selection was having everyone move out of the instance, resetting the instance, zoning back in, and re-clearing all of the trash between Balnazzar and Beatrix. That's the only way we could change our boss selection. It was so obnoxious. We didn't know what the bosses did at that point. And also on day one, the the tuning of Beatrix was extremely challenging, let's put it that way. We didn't end up killing Beatrix in my group on day one with 20 people. We wiped on it for 6 hours and gave up. Jump ahead. Here's the boss. Crimson Tempest. Rupture up. Drought of the Sands work in Scarlet Enclave. No, you can tell by reading the item, and it lists 4 different locations that are all not Scarlet Enclave. You can also tell by trying to drink the potion in any zone that isn't listed on the potion, and you get this error in the middle of the screen that says you are in the wrong zone, and it doesn't even let you drink it. Project Remy, hello. Says, hey Simon, how are you? How are Rogue Phase 8 for raiding? I'm having a great time playing Rogue. Well, I mean, aside from the raid being too difficult, Rogue itself, I think I'm having fun with. It's much easier to have fun if you have Queensfall, and it's a bit harder to have fun if you don't have Queensfall. Because it's a night and day difference in how the character plays. I have one character with Queensfall. And you're saying you heard I played Saber/ with Backstab. Yes. And we might do that a little bit today on, like, some of the later bosses. Yeah. We'll see how I feel about Mutilate. And, yeah. Maybe switch. I've got it on my other talent build right here. We got, what, 27 people today. Pretty good. They've been trimming the roster down. You know, now that we're clearing the raid and we've got more gear, it's a bit easier. We don't need to bring 30 people to clear the raid. We're close to 30 anyways, but they're trying to tone it down so, you know, we're not splitting the loot so many different ways. Where does one get sebaceous poison? If you're Horde, there's a vendor in Thrall's Castle in Orgrimmar. If you're Alliance, you have to talk to Milton Sheaf in the library in the Stormwind Castle. And they sell you a bunch of different books that teach you spells. Shit. It's really been a challenge for me, a lot of these raids, to be able to live with my ground Scorpok assay. I think I'm getting better at it, though. There's a lot of trash abilities that will just kill you, and you have to be aware of them, and you have to pay attention on trash, or else they will get you. Like, there's the stupid mage enemies that drop the big ice ball. Like, after Beatrix, there's some of that. There's a whole bunch of ground effects that will just kill you if you're not paying attention. What are we doing? What are they? They're shouting about stuff. Are they still fighting mobs? I thought we were done fighting mobs. I've got the comms in my ear, but, you know, they're not broadcast to the stream right now. It's just because there's a lot. We'll have the comms on, like, sometimes if they're explaining boss strategy, but, it's kind of annoying to try to stream comms because everyone's mic has a different volume. Some people get excited, then they talk really, really loud, and then, like, it's such a hassle to, make the comms audio be good for the stream. Alright, Beatrix time with Arcanist Hilda, the Mage, Bowmaster Puck, the Archer, Shield Warden Stein, that's the Infantry, and Cardinal Stilts. Alright, we want... Whoopsies, did not mean to refresh that one. Wanted to do the food. Alright, here we go. Beatrix. I think on Balnazzar, Mutilate felt pretty good. Like, look, we did second on damage, even though we got feared and lost like 12 seconds of uptime out of 2 minutes 40. Like, that's crazy. That's really good. Like, had we not been feared, we might have been #1 there. And Mutilate, I would say, definitely feels good to play. There's not a whole lot you have to keep track of. It's very chill. sprint, because I've improved sprint, it removed the slowing effect from Cardinal Stilts, which allowed me to spread out faster. I could achieve the same thing with Vanish also, but I think I'm going to try to use the Vanish to snapshot my Crimson Tempest when the boss comes out to get that Master of Subtlety buff. There. I don't know why I delayed so much with that, but we're good now. Where'd she go? Shadow Step. Don't know where the boss is? Don't look for the boss, just immediately press Shadow Step. I don't know why I did that opener so incredibly slow. Armor debuff is dropping off of the boss. Hang on. Slice and dice. Losing that armor debuff on the boss for a while was not good. Let's see, what's the loot? Chalice Fragment, Ruined Light-Forged Blade. The other stuff is looted already. Let's scroll up, see what it is. Cardinal's Chapeau, Consecrated Waistguard, Consecrated Belt, Cardinal's Shawl. We already have the belt tier token, so this is off-spec at best. Did I loot the chalice thingy? I'm just gonna go back to the corpse and double-check it. Yep, we did. Okay. Let's look on the boss. We didn't do trash damage, really. We only did boss damage. So let's go enemy damage taken. Yeah, we were much better on boss damage than we were on overall. Which is like, this is what we're playing for. This is what we're focused on. I'm not trying to, you know, do a bunch of cleave damage.
Yeah, you can have it, motherfucker.
Okay, question. Who's on boat duty this week?
I heard
Simon's
on boat duty? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Always.
I heard you volunteered before raid started.
Yeah, that is true, yeah.
Yeah, someone ping Simon and let him know he's going to be tanking this. He needs to know.
Just
I'll
checking
comment
in.
on his stream.
Someone made
Boat duty, guys. What did I do? Oh. Yeah, I could talk more about that later. Not right now, though. Goonies, right? Yeah, they were asking me to indulge in some gossip and drama, some negativity, okay? And we're about positivity on this stream, okay? Alright, so we want to put all of our tank gear on. Then I want a shoulder that has Phantom on it. Then I want Fetish of the Sand Reaver. And I want Burrower's Shell. And I want the Stealth Boot. And I want the Stealth Cloak. And now we're good. Now we're fully equipped for boat bitch duty. So, yeah, we're really good at doing boat duty. We just solo it all the time, and we've only ever scuffed it one single time. Yeah, and now we know how to not scuff it in that way. We got limited invulnerability potion on the bar, and we'll get purification potion on the bar also. Grizzly Hills music just ended, and we moved to Dust Force OST. What if we go Hollow Knight instead? What are you guys thinking? What are you feeling? What about Diddy Kong? No, wait. I think this is my favorite track on here. Undertale. Wait, what are we doing? We're killing trash. Okay, we're killing trash near the dragon before we engage the boat boss. I'm not sure why. I wasn't paying attention to the comms. I was talking to, you know, deciding on the music. Talking to you guys about the music. Lysarian, thank you for the Prime Gaming. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. What the fuck? That's a big-ass patrol. I'm trying to skip that. It's going to turn around. It's going to patrol into us, and we're going to wipe, and I'm going to lose my ground Scorpok assay. Pat is incoming from behind. A lot of mobs. I got all set up for boat duty. And now we're not doing the boat. Maybe someone like went AFK or something and we were waiting for them to be back before we pulled the boss. That would be a plausible explanation. Now, here's something, a lot of people don't notice this. When you do Queensfall, it only auto-refreshes your Crimson and your Rupture with Backstab, Mutilate, and Saber Slash. So, using Queensfall with a main Gauche build doesn't work. You don't get the free refreshes when you're doing main Gauche and Sinister Strike. Bonathan says, Windows Media Player for music, is it 2003? Man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I say. You know? It works. I don't need new shit when the shit I got already works. Simon on South Boat. Go. Not decursed. Good. Alright, as I Sinister Strike him, it stacks up my rolling with the punches. And having more health means I'm, you know, more durable. For when we go to the boat. Launch. Free Vanish. Oh, shit. Okay, well, that just scuffed the Vanish. Waiting. Looking. Loot the cannonball. Target the cannon. Jump. Interact with target. And get out of here. Alright, well, that didn't go according to plan, but that's why we have a bunch of different safety nets and, like, defensive abilities we can press. So when something gets messed up, we don't, like, just completely die and fail. That's 65%. In we go. Blade Dance. Free Vanish. With our high stealth level, we can just hang out here without aggroing these mobs. And we're looking around to see where the cannonballs spawn. Tides renew, blah, 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 blah. They're right here. Loot it. Launch the cannon from below. Yeah, we got it. I always do it a couple times to just be sure that it went off. Because I don't get a clear indication of when it's fired. Let's go this way. Drop those mobs off there. Frick, I'm gonna be a little late, I think. Blade Dance. Free Vanish. It's already spawned. I was a little late. Right here this time. Got it. Target the cannon. There we go. Fetish of the Sand Reaver. De-aggro all those mobs. Had a couple mobs on me and they started hitting me pretty hard. Yeah, Vanish is a very short cooldown because I used the Phantom effect on my shoulder. It makes Vanish a 1-minute cooldown. That's probably the most important of all the, like, weird items I equipped to be able to do boat duty. We have a Stealth Cloak, Stealth Boot, Phantom Shoulder, Defensive Trinket, Fetish of the Sand Reaver, and then we generally just have tank gear. Like, I have 7 pieces of tier 3 tank, just so I'm more durable. Because, like, my damage output here doesn't matter. I don't spend any time attacking the boss. Mason the Echo down. Drape the Dastardly. Nice. Consecrated Gloves, Drape of the Dastardly. Consecrated Gauntlets, Great Staff of Fealty. If that Drape is not reserved by anyone... Yeah, we'll roll the Drape. Yeah, we'll roll the Drape for sure. Oh yeah, they're going back for the doubloon in this boat. They have to clear out some of those mobs. Alright, let's go back to our Mutilate build that we were doing before. Perfect. Back to being a damage dealer. So that gnome we freed after Balnazzar is important because it gives you access to Horde of the Pirate Lord. By freeing the gnome, you can access the ship wheel and it gives you this second dialogue option. You click that, and then the chest is unlocked, and you can loot the doubloon out of the chest. Boom. Risk says, gonna roll loot, pay attention. Okay. I think the only thing that dropped that we want so far is Drape of the Dastardly. I think all the tier tokens were pieces we already had. And they were probably soft reserved by other people. Scarlet chest plate. Dawnrot shoulders. This is leather caster shoulders. Look at Tiger Gang. 1, 2, 3, 4 tiger mounts right here. We got aggro from behind. Mobs from the right as we came up the ramp. Oh, fuck. Don't kill me. Vanish. I don't think there's a lot of threat on these. Ice balls coming out. Watch out. Kick that. We're trying. Do you ever do loot prio videos? No, not really. I don't know exactly what you mean by that. Do you mean like, do you want me to tell you that rogues should get Queensfall before hunters? Or do you want me to tell you, like, as a rogue, the things you want to get out of Scarlet Enclave are 2-piece of the damage dealer set and Queensfall as your most impactful upgrades? But overall, I don't really do guide videos on YouTube anymore, just because the like cost benefit of doing those just isn't worth it. It's ooh, Drape of the Dastardly. We want to roll for this. Boom, 43. Does anyone else need that? 42? 9? Wait, I think we got the Drape. Minor upgrade. Let's go. For boat bitch? Yeah, I understand. They said that's my reward for being boat bitch. Ooh, it looks fresh, dude. It goes with all the other stuff. All right, we'll get that enchanted, and then we'll use it once it's enchanted, I think. Let's see. We need our food buff. All right. Solistrasza time. Vanish is not available. I need to make sure the tanks get it at the start. Airface. Not me, not me. Oh, I needed to throttle my damage output because my threat's too high. That's what I needed to do. I was gonna say something else, and then I realized the threat situation. This'll T used. It's a weird place to put it. Oh, I was gonna say use a fire protection like Frozen Rune or Potion. In 20 seconds, I can have Vanish again. This is not on me. All right, let's go. Vanish. Missing armor debuff. Okay, armor debuff's back. It's good. Cleaving a little bit. Air phase. Blast this dude. Venomous Totem up again. Big damn with that Venomous Totem activation. Fumigator used for a little extra dam. Slice up. That'll be the last slice and dice we cast. The boss is about to die. Shit. Do we need to keep healing here? Yeah, potion. Okay, what do we get? Viscera, the Gut Render. Helmet, Dawn Stripped Bands, Plate, Wrist, Mature Light Dragon Sinew, and someone had a Chalice Fragment. Okay, we're good. Alright, next video is Didgeridoo, which, based on the soft reserves, we're 50-50 on the Didgeridoo. I'll put up a stream prediction. Start prediction, will Simon win the Didgeridoo? Alright, prediction closes when the boss dies. So it has to both drop and I have to win the 50-50 roll for this to pay out as a yes. So it's a long shot on the yes. Out. We did win a Didgeridoo on Wednesday on my other rogue. So, like, it'll probably just happen again, right? Big hog damage. Horny Viking, thank you for the Prime Gaming. Thank you so much for 2 months of support. I really appreciate that. Robski Boy asking about what to do to catch up on a rogue. I have a Discord post for you. I don't have a video. The problem with YouTube videos, well, there's a couple problems, but it's particular to this. The problem with YouTube videos and Season of Discovery is the game changes so often and gets updated so often that you make a YouTube video that's current when you release it, and then people watch that video after it's outdated and they get fucking mad in the comments, and you get angry comments of people pissed off being like, that's no longer relevant, this is a shitty guide, and they're commenting on a 6-month-old guide. So I just make Discord posts for most of my side information because I can actually update and change those. I cannot update and change a YouTube video once it's already posted. But that link I posted in the chat will, if you're already on the Simon I Show Discord, will take you to the post on the Simon I Show Discord that has all the info about, like, what you should be doing to catch up. Beatrix says, why is Imp Slice and Dice needed when you have Queensfall? That's the only thing you need to refresh. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't have improved Slice and Dice in my active talents. So I don't know where you got the idea, Beatrix, that Imp Slice and Dice is needed. You see in Bisguide Rogue Phase 8 Backstab. Well, that's a different build than I'm playing right now. And on Backstab, you don't really care about the combo points gained from Ruthlessness. So you need to progress the talent tree, and Slice and Dice is better than Ruthlessness. If you're confused about what talents you should use, what gear you should use, stuff like that, there's a great section on the Discord called Read Here First. It'll answer questions like, what's your talents, what's your bis gear, what's your bis gear in the previous phase, what's your pre-raid bis gear, what poisons should you put on your weapons, what's a basic ability rotation, how to do exposed armor. There's a lot of very common questions, all answered on the Discord. And for a lot of those questions, it's like different depending on the build you're using, depending on this and depending on that. So there's a lot of finer details. So there's not like one obvious answer I can repeat every time someone asks, like, for example, what poisons should I use? All right. Leaving for Big Dam. Rooted. Have to attack this target for now. Oh. Okay, I thought he was facing the other way. Alright, we're gonna go on to this boss now, because I have too many stacks of fire. Aperture, back it up. Not really positioned the way I would like. 2 stacks of fire have now faded. This guy's facing away now. That's good. Uh-oh, we're stunned. 1 stack fire. This is on Bunbaweezy, who is not a tank, I'm pretty... Oh, I'm dead. That might have been an aperture. Damn. The bosses kept spinning and moving. I don't think this was executed super well, but we're gonna get it anyways. Rip ground Scorpok assay, yeah. Well, now we can just look at the stream prediction. Will Simon win didgeridoo? 49,000 points on yes, 224,000 points on no currently. Boss is going down. I feel like this is a classic case of, I think the problem with this boss, that most groups do a strategy where the melees do all of the mechanics and soak all of the debuff stacks, and the range DPS stands still with their thumb up their butt doing nothing. And then if you don't have enough melees, they just take excessive stacks. I mean, the melees, like, I died, I think, to an aperture. But melees die to other things, too. But, like, you just need people to soak the debuffs. You need the range DPS and healers to participate in the mechanic instead of having the melees, like, do all of the mechanic. Like, you have to spread it out and soak it. And so, like, I think that's a problem with, like, every strategy I see on this boss is the range DPS just say, you know, fuck you, I'm not doing any mechanics, and have the melee do everything, and then it, like, really fucks with the melees. The thing didn't drop, to be clear. Sabaton, Bearskin Mantle, Prisoner Shackles. So no didgeridoo means I do not win didgeridoo either. Move to the roof strat. The roof strat, I think, is the same thing. It's just putting all the range DPS in a position where they don't have to do any mechanics, and they stand still and do nothing, and then burdening the melee with all of the mechanics, and all the debuff stacks, and all the debuff soaking. Alright, we gotta get over to that boss and stun him or whatever. Stunned him a lot. Did we get him without doing a curse? That's nice, I think. I think we got him without doing a curse. Okay, we'll just back out of that. I don't know what happened there. I just retribution aura'd myself to death? I guess? 3 ticks of retribution aura within 0.1 seconds. 4 ticks in under 1 second. Damn, bro. Alright, well, Roids is still on cooldown. We didn't activate that yet. Probably I died. I would guess I died because I didn't have any buffs up. Oh, we died right next to... Wait. Spellbreaker. Well, Blackout, the other rogue, also died on the same pull. Alright, let's put some buffs up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 14 minutes on the offhand thingy. Food buff we'll get soon. We should put Fan of Knives on this cloak. And then I want a helmet with focused attacks. Cowl of the Covenant. And a Wind Striker. This is going to be for a pull soon. Oh, shit. Not this one, though. Oh, shit. Okay, we need to somehow not die. Okay, incoming. Okay, dodging. Dodging. Oh, shit. Okay, dodging. It's all dead now. I just dodged the whole time. We have to world buff before the AoE pull. I'll burn my own buffs to make that happen because the AoE pull is really fun, and I'm not going to do that without world buffs. We should wait till these folks are alive and then hit them. That's a Retribution Aura. I know to be scared of that now. Alright, food buffing. Equip. 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 Food buff is activated. Boom headshot is not here. Where is he? Well, if they pull stuff... Oh, they already pulled stuff. There we go. That's what we needed to do on that pull. Alright, back to this and this and this. Perfect. Alright, we gotta figure out what we're gonna do on this boss. We might switch build. If he's gonna be on Don't, does that mean Simon's on Vicious? Because I will change my build if I'm on Vicious. Okay, I'll make the change. Alright, we're gonna be on Vicious, so I think we're gonna make the change from Mutilate to the Saber+Backstab build, which we were playing last week, and I think we'll do that for the remainder of the raid. This build is kind of fun. It's a lot more complicated than Mutilate. But they gave us an assignment to sit on one target the entire time, which is exactly where this build thrives. So, let's do it. So, we've got Saber/Wrist rune, the Backstab chest rune. So we're going to put Saber/ up to 3 stacks, and then we're only going to cast Saber/ to refresh the debuff. We're not going to be spamming that. In between the Saber slashes, we're going to put up a Backstab. So the gear is a little bit different for this build. Oh my god, wait, it's a lot different. Hang on. Wait, I think I should just use my Mutilate gear for this. I didn't update the saved set for it. Okay. Let's just make this change only. And then we go Bone Scythe, Howl of the Covenant. Yeah. That's how we want to do it. Okay. Okay, so the gear we're using for Backstab Saber/ is like this. We got Howl of the Covenant up here, 6-piece Duskwraith, Shrouded Dominion, 2-piece Bone Scythe, giving us 10% backstab damage. The rest of the Duskwraith, and we need to switch this shoulder into Butcher, is the last thing we need to switch. Mason's Fraternity Ring, Bone Scythe Ring, Slayers, Hand of Reborn Justice, Toxin Injector, Kingsfall, Queensfall. Perfect. And Glove Rune. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Good, good, good. Thank you. It's important here. And we have different talents than we did for Mutilate as well. Talents are here. 33 through Assassination. 13 in Combat. And literally just 5 in Subtlety. Double checking. All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. This should crank a lot. We're on kick duty, and the way we set it up with 2 groups. Ooh, I have to change poisons. Occult poison offhand. There we go. Right, so 2 groups. There will be like the rogue group and the non-rogue group, and we just alternate on the kicks on Vishos for the, what is it called? Peeling secrets, whatever his ability is. That kills everyone. A little bit of extra stamina from the Rumsy Rum. Greater Mark of the Dawn can give me some extra stamina too. Holy Protection can avoid some damage from falling hammers. I think that's a good idea. Hourglass Sand. I do not need that. Here we go. Rogue kick. Rogues are kicking next. Snickers got it. Very nice. What the? That was a shaman kick. Move Vicious, please. That's good. Refresh that Saber when he starts vanishing. It's going to be hard to maintain the Saber while he vanishes because he blinks around a lot. So I'm just going to focus on that to not lose my stack. Rose kicked. Where's he going? Rogue's kicked. Rogue's kicked. Rose kick. Rogue's kick. They're calling out to switch DPS off of Vishas. Simon kick. They're calling to throttle damage. Alright, stopping. Unlucky. We have to be here to keep kicking, but the damage on Vishas was too high, and we just have to throttle so Vishas doesn't die early. Bye-bye damage meter. Alright, well, I guess we're just AFKing. We gotta stay on Vishas to do the kicks. So it's not like we can go over to a different target and, like, do damage to them. Simon kicked. They're saying killed. I'm not sure. Alright, we're killing. Well, I would call that I mean, it was lame for me. What do we get? Queensfall coming through. Yo! Love seeing Queensfalls drop. It's not the loot we wanted from that, but Queensfall is so good. So what we need to review is what the damage meter said before they called to stop damage. Because I'm pretty sure I was gapping everyone at that point. That's what I really want to emphasize. The part where I was doing a lot of damage, more damage than everyone else, before they said to stop damage. Alright, hang on. We could pull up the live replay. Hold one moment. Before they said to stop. We're ahead by 1,000 right here. 1,000 DPS. Rose kick. Doing kicks too. Ahead by a little over 1,000. They're calling out to switch DPS off of Vishas. We're still going. Then eventually they're going to call stop all damage. We're ahead by 1.4 thousand. Alright, stopping. And that's where we stopped. Unlucky. Fucking Blizzard. Okay. Lilian Voss next. and Caldoran after that. Big blizzards down here. I feel like it's the caster's fault for not doing enough damage to Doan and Herod. So let's, as usual, as a WoW player, you gotta come up with excuses that make sure it's not your fault in every situation. That it's all, whenever something goes slightly wrong, it's always someone else's fault. And in this case, we're blaming the casters for not doing enough damage to their targets. Raging Destroyer's Helm. 3% attack speed. Male with strength. Interesting. Hit chance. Critical strike chance. Attack speed. 55 strength, 10 agility. 0 stamina. 0 defensive stats whatsoever. Oh shit, I got slept. Yeah, they called to have all the kickers stay around Vishas, which was like a smart thing to guarantee the kill. You know, that's the good, like, do the mechanics, like, successfully kill the boss type of strategy. Tabard? Hang on, we gotta roll for that. I rolled 17, never mind. Not winning that tabard. Alright, on this boss, we go for Frozen Rune, and we go for Nature Protection Potion, and we put Fire Protection Potion on the action bar, and we hope that there's 3 minutes of idling before the boss, so we actually can use our Thistle Tea, because the Frozen Rune shares the cooldown with the Thistle Tea. We'll activate the Roids, re-up our food buff. Are they dropping a cauldron back there? We could go for a cauldron. There we go. I've got my regular food buff. I've got the cauldron refreshed. We've got occult poison in the offhand. We'll get wild strikes in the main hand. This is up. We can do Rumsy Rum for a little extra stamina. Then I think we're good. We lived through Council, so we didn't lose any of our stuff. Can you get an OSHA certified hard hat? Oh shoot, I did have a change hat request from Rartar 22 minutes ago. I'll fulfill that one now. This is the closest I've got to a OSHA certified hard hat. I don't know if it's OSHA certified, but you know, it's ladder 17, fireman's helmet. Here we go. It's boss time. I don't know which way this guy's facing. I think I'm facing he's on Bunbo Weezy, who's the big Tauren on the other side. So yeah, I'm facing the correct direction. Oh shit. This is me. There we go. Go back. We saved our stack. It's gonna be probably Immolate soon. Ignite or whatever it's called. I think the boss is spun. There we go. Oh shit! Tanks are down. Tanks are down. And now it's on Mayhem, the avoidance tank. I keep advocating for using the avoidance tank. I think what's happening here is they went for regular tanks, and then Mayhem was being avoidance tank as a backup. He can't be hit. He has a high dodge chance. The boss can't hit him. It's just that his threat gen is bad if he does that. You know, clearly we still can't do the tank healing and tank mechanic properly. I think we, you know, keep doing the rogue avoidance thing. Can boss be taunted? All of the bosses can be taunted in Scarlet Enclave. That was pretty late for the ignite. Alright, what's in the box? Duplicity sword. That's the sword set thing. Dawnworn, consecrated leg guards, leg plates, duplicity. Yeah, I mean, my opinion is, like, if we're gonna keep having tanks dying, like, we shouldn't be doing regular tanks. We should just do avoidance tanks every time. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Alright, who's getting that duplicity? Mayhem, was he the only reserve? Yeah, he was the only reserve. Nice. I think that's his second one. I think he's got the set now. How do you keep up with aggro without taunt or just a flesh wound? The damage dealer's throttle. That's it. I mean, you have to throttle the damage output. You can't generate enough threat to let the damage dealers go full force. But if you have the avoidance tank, it's just like totally free. Like you never fail, you never die. Like, the tank never dies. You get a clean kill every time. Alright, Caldoran time. Okay, what do we want on this boss? Greater Mark of the Dawn. Gotta redo all the consumes because we did die on Lilian. I could have... what I didn't see was... I didn't see the tanks dying, and I didn't see the tanks having problems. I definitely could have vanished to get rid of my threat so that the boss would have killed someone else and not me. Or maybe Mayhem was right behind me and maybe it would have gone on Mayhem, the rogue tank. So, like, definitely could have done better there. Let's see, this, food buff. Probably refresh that occult poison after I get this food buff up. And we'll go protection potion. I'll say I'm close enough to ready. There we go. Think that's everything? Okay, we got Flask, we got Speak with the Dead, we got Occult Poison, we got Honey Badger, Elixir of Giants, we got Attack Power, we got all the world buffs, we got... Well, let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yep, 6, all the world buffs, we got the food buff, we got the scroll, we got the battle shout. I think we're good here. Alright, Caldoran time. We'll almost always pull early on this boss. Someone peeks around the corner, a shaman standing here deploys a totem, which is then in line of sight of the boss, and he pulls early. This boss almost always pulls early, because someone does something they're not supposed to. Alright, here's pull timer, Caldoran time. Oh, I didn't Slayer's Crest. I did the Blood Fury, but not the Slayer's Crest. Ripperoni. So the snapshot's a lot weaker than it should be. Did the tank... Ah, the tank got blinded. I see. There's a blinding flare. Good. Here comes the res. Want to lose as few globals as possible when we deal with those blinding flares. And I'm saving the 2-minute cooldowns, the Blood Fury Slayer's Crest, for the outdoor phase, so I can snapshot properly there. There's the phase transition. Can't backstab here. Alright, we'll just be a Saber Slash. Okay. Yeah, that's fire. I cannot go there. There we go. Phased it. We're a little low on health. Can I... Ooh, I have no protections. I did do a Holy Protection Potion already. Okay. We're into the protection bubble. Okay. Can change the music. This music's kind of annoying. We need to edit out the lyrical parts of the Hades soundtrack. Here we go. Don't get hit by the falling rocks. You don't really need to sprint here to get to the boss in time for him to activate. So I think it's a waste of sprint usage. Like, you just get here and you idle while he RPs, like... I'm gonna wait a little bit, but we're gonna vanish to burn away our threat. Because I don't want to have to throttle too much. Oh, vanish has 26 seconds on it. I cannot vanish. Okay, so we just have to throttle then. Okay. Red's gone. Time to pump. Away. I think we should save the Cold Blood till the Ashbringer phase. Use it to burst there. Blinding Flare. And away at the last second. Maintain as much DPS time as possible. We're gonna have our 2 minutes back for the Ashbringer phase also. Okay, that's nice. %12 away. Ooh, more ads coming in. Armor debuff missing on boss. Rip. Okay. Go. Here we go. One, two, Thistleteeth, 3, 4. Where's the back of the blade? Here's the back of the blade. We can backstab from this angle. I lagged, or something was wrong for a second. I can't backstab here. Did the tank spin, perhaps? Trying to find the backstab angle. There we go. So a little scuffed on the execution there. At the end. So normally a backstab build in Season of Discovery uses the Cutthroat Wrist Rune, which removes the positional requirement of backstab. This build does not do that, so I have to worry about that, you know, positioning behind, which is kind of awkward to determine when, you know, you're facing a sword, which doesn't really have a clear front or back. You just kind of have to spin around and hope you find the correct angle that lets you backstab. Alright, what do we got loot-wise? The light. Yeah, we can, I think we can... Oh, no, it's already all off of the corpse. Scarlet Steed. Wait. This is the most important piece of loot. Random... 91? That's high, but I don't think I'm winning. 95, 94. Yeah, no mount. Unlucky. Alright, what was the rest of the loot? Let's look. The light. Double breastplate. Tears Fall Mace, Scarlet Commander's Cape, Charred Emblem, Crusader's Chalice, 3 orbs, and we got double irons. Pretty nice. No Regicide, though. That cape is good. We got the Drape of the Dastardly, though, so we're fixed on capes for now. Let me see. We topped the damage meter on that fight, but we didn't cleave at all. So I think if we look at if we look at boss damage only, we're gonna be a lot ahead. Yeah. We're a lot. We did most overall, and we did it almost exclusively to the boss without cleaving. That's so much damage. We're second on Ashbringer damage. And, like, here's all the cleave. Cleave. You can see all the cleave classes. That's huge. Have you done Scarlet Enclave with 20-man? Yeah, on the very first day it was released, I did it with 20-man. And then I decided that that really wasn't very fun. And haven't done that again since then. Show your damage breakdown. Yeah, like where my damage comes from. It's backstab and saber slash. It's a lot of backstab and saber slash. 36% on Caldoran, it was like this. 36% backstab, 25% saber slash. We can look at the other fight that I actually lived through, but I had to throttle a lot, was on Council. It was more saber than backstab. I don't know why that is, actually. Why would it be more saber than backstab on that fight? I don't know. Maybe I just cast... Oh, I cast a lot of extra sabers during Council because I was just spamming saber whenever Vishas was vanish teleporting around to not lose the stack. That's probably why. Is Feint decent for threat reduction? No, it's a completely irrelevant ability. I think this is Lilian where we died. Half and half. I think the way it should look is the way it looks on Caldoran, where it's more backstab than saber by a good margin. But I thought that was a good raid. We did pretty good with the Mutilate builds, too. Solistrasza, Mutilate, big Envenoms. What's the biggest Envenom we did on Solistrasza? Biggest Envenom was 12,720. The Envenoms are going to be really, really big because I'm using 6-piece Duskwraith, and that 6-piece bonus is 50% increased damage on Ambush, Eviscerate, Crimson Tempest, and Envenom. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I'm happy with that raid. We didn't get any of the of our soft reserve items, they didn't drop, you know, such as life. No didgeridoo and no torture tool belt. But we did get Drape of the Dastardly. We'll use the fuck out of that. It's a small upgrade over what we've got, but it is an upgrade nonetheless. And that's the only cloak we're gonna have. Like that's our last cloak.